Tonight, another great night for football, weather-wise, obviously, and as we head into October, this month, we're going to get to see some playoff football.
That's right. Teams in Ohio just finished up their 7th games, and we're into the second half of the season in West Virginia. And this time, the time is now, that is, for teams to position themselves for the postseason.
And we'll start with our game of the week. One team looking to remain undefeated. They're going across state lines. It was the game we had on our app, WOWK+, the Wahama White Falcons taking on the Eastern Eagles in Reedsville in Meigs County. First possession, Eastern. Yonker back to pass. He's going to be hit. The ball comes loose. It's going to be recovered by Wahama. They're set up nicely, and they cash it in. They hand off to Reason Stitt, who jumps over the pile, and yes, he is in for the touchdown. Wahama takes a 7-0 lead. Eastern back up. Yonker fires over the middle to Ethan Edwards. He makes a man miss and tries to cut to the outside, and he would. He's going to get a big gain. That would lead to an Eagles field goal. Next, Wahama possession up 7-3. Trey Simpkins, quarterback keeper. He's back and healthy and looking like it. He's got some blocks. He's going to tightrope down the sidelines, eventually brought down inside the 30. And they get the payoff, too. 4 plays later, they hand it up in the middle to Stitt again, and he goes untouched. His second touchdown of the quarter. This would get dicey at points, but Wahama stays unbeaten. They win it 27-10 over Eastern on the road. They're still undefeated.
Wahama looking good. Let's head over to Laidley. The Capital Cougars hosting the Huntington Highlanders. Both teams are 3-1, looking to get to 4-1. First drive for the Highlanders. Tavion Wilson rolling to his right. He's going to find Andres Reese on a crossing route for a touchdown. Huntington up 7-0 early in the first quarter. Second drive for the Highlanders. Tavion Wilson again, but this time rolling to his left and finds Reese again for another touchdown right in front of me. That was awesome tonight in double coverage. Huntington up 14-0. The Capital Cougars, they were looking for answers all night back on offense, but they could not keep up with Huntington. The Highlanders, they'd get the ball back after a muffed kickoff return. Tavion Wilson drops back again in play action, this time finding Antonio Pascal for his 3rd touchdown pass of the night. This was a huge win for Huntington, but a huge loss for Capital, trying to prove they belong in the playoffs. Huntington 38, Capital 6.
All right, how about 2 teams looking for their first win of the season? Hurricane at home taking on the Red Dragons of St. Albans. Hurricanes' Isaiah Kutcher passed to Riley Armstrong, and he is going to follow his blocks. He's got a nice convoy there. He is into the end zone for the touchdown. Hurricane already up 24-0. And here's Reese Lilly for St. Albans. He's going to be immediately sacked in the backfield by Jackson Rappold and Camden Womack. Lilly fumbles, Womack recovers. That's Hurricane ball. And they get the payoff. Kutcher hands to Alexander Gregory, the big man. Runs into the end zone. Hurricane is up 31-0. They're smelling that first win. Kutcher keeps, runs, making a man miss. He's got wheels, does the quarterback. He's into the end zone for a touchdown. How about this? Hurricane getting their first win of the year, 44-22 over St. Albans.
Well, congrats to them.
And we go back out to Ona in Cabell County. Cabell Midland Knights looking to build off their first win. They were taking on St. Francis de Sales. There's a special guest of this game we'll get to later. Midland makes a play there in the backfield, bringing up 4th down as St. Francis will punt it away to Midland. Here's Bryson Smith. He's going to find Eli Thompson. That's a nice gain. He's going to be tackled by Evan Dreyer. First down. Could not capitalize, though. Here's R.J. Day. Finds Jordan Karhoff. And he's going to be tackled by Midland's Xavion Beckett. First down. Here's R.J. Day. Pass to Frankie McAllister. Toe tap in the end zone. That's a touchdown for St. Francis. And how about St. Francis quarterback R.J. Day? And I don't want to assume something, but could he be related to Ryan Day, who was at the game tonight? It was not the night for the Knights. St. Francis wins it 40-7.
All right, back to the river in Elkview. The Herbert Hoover Huskies looking for their 5th win in a row, battling South Charleston tonight. Opening drive for the Huskies, senior Devin Silvas gets the handoff and finds his way into the end zone. Herbert Hoover takes an early 6-0 lead after missing the PAT. Black Eagles looking to respond. Running back Malcolm Brown is making his first ever start at quarterback. He'll roll to his left, but is slung down by Ty Mullins for a huge loss on the play. Huskies, they'll get back on offense there. Check out this run from Blake Fisher.
Oh, what a cut.
Gets a couple of blocks and makes a couple of moves. He's then going to drag the defenders into the end zone. Huskies would take a 41-0 lead in halftime and would go on to win their 5th game in a row, taking down South Charleston 48-6.
Hoover's rolling. They're just still rolling. Back out in Wayne County, The Spring Valley Timberwolves taking on the Riverside Warriors. This was a good one all the way to the end. Let's go to the second half. Spring Valley leads 6-0. Timberwolves with possession. Caden Lovejoy finds Jake Van Arsdale. He'll flip into the end zone for the touchdown. Timberwolves lead at 14-0, but the Warriors have possession now, and Tavion Woods is going to get it. Here, he's going to toss the ball. That's the nice drop back. He's going to find Malachi Hope. Little screen bubble pass there. He avoids being brought down twice before going out of bounds on the nice first down play. Riverside trying to make a push. Here's the next play. Tavion Woods decides to run it himself, sprinting down the sideline, and he dives in for the touchdown, but it would not be enough. A late fourth down stop gets Spring Valley the win over Riverside.
Out at Underwood Field, Nitro, they're looking for their third win in a row, taking on Point Pleasant. Nitro, their quarterback Ian Duffy passes to Luke Schaefer, who runs the ball 25 yards for a touchdown.
That's a nice pass right there.
That's right. Big play there for Nitro. Point Pleasant's Caden Hill, once they go back on offense, is going to push.
Look at that boogie. Look, nice little boogie dance there.
Going to push through a crowd to get into the end zone for a score. Point Pleasant, they're going to punt the ball across the field after this play. It's going to be caught by Nitro, take Porter, but he's going to run the ball more than 70 yards, just short of a touchdown. Just look at this play, just in awe. This was almost our play of the week. Don't want to spoil the actual play of the week, though.
This one was very close.
Very close.
In the running for sure.
Didn't get the touchdown, no. He's taken down by Point Pleasant's number 35. That doesn't stop them for long, however. Take Porter, he's going to make a quick run into the end zone, scoring a touchdown. Next drive, Dawson Hill passes it off to Chris Radcliffe, who runs the ball in for a touchdown. Nitro gets another one in the win column, handily defeating Point Pleasant 56-13.
Let's head up to Jackson County Memorial Stadium in Ripley. The Vikings welcoming in the Roane County Raiders in their National Guard uniforms. First drive of the game for Ripley. Here's Jackson Moore dropping back. He's going to find Cody Lawrence on the little screen, and he's going to make a cut upfield. And he's trying to get space. Look at that nice stiff arm there. He heads in for the score, 60 yards on the play. Ripley up 7-0, just like that. But Roane County have no problem answering. Jacob Greathouse hands it off to Javon Latorno. He's going to muscle his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Raiders take the lead with the 2-point conversion, already chasing points. Ripley with the football now. Jackson Moore drops back, looks to his right. He finds Lawrence again on the outside, and he's going to go in untouched to the end zone. There was a theme to this game tonight. It's Roane answering the Vikings. The ball on the 1-yard line. Greathouse hands it to Leo Rogers. Gets into the end zone easily. Very close between these two. A late 2-point conversion is no good. Roane County wins it 38-36.
And down in Madison, the Mingo Central Miners, they're hoping to stay undefeated against the Skyhawks, that is. First drive for the Skyhawks. Let's look at that. A pass out to the right is caught by senior Ryan Neal. An impressive start to the game for the Skyhawks. I mean, all season they just have not been good. Impressive start, but quarterback Nathan Easterling will find Jeremiah Brown. Aiden Burke from Mingo Central causes him to lose the ball on the tackle there. The Miners will come up with the fumble. Fans loving it. Next time up for the Skyhawks, Caden snaps, catches a pass down the middle of the field, and takes a big hit by Mingo Central. Big hit by Aiden Burke there. That play was penalized. Next drive for Scott. Looking for a deep pass, but Mingo Central's defense is too much for them. They're going to end up fumbling the ball there, and that's going to be a score for Mingo Central on the play, the first of the entire game. That was all she wrote for Mingo Central. The Miners stay perfect this season. They beat the Skyhawks 19-0.
We've still got a few games across state lines to recap.
We'll first head to the Bluegrass State. Two teams coming off tough losses, hoping to bounce back. The Boyd County Lions were back at home, taking on the Greenup County Musketeers. Defense was the name of this game tonight. Greenup County quarterback Jasper Davis tries to thread the needle, but it's picked off by Cam May, who will go all the way. Boyd up 7-0 on that pick six. What a play to start it up for Boyd County.
I like that. May goes all the way.
Next possession for Boyd County. Quarterback Jace Manning is all day in the pocket. He's going to throw a beautiful ball to Cam May. Hey, what do you know? Who now has a touchdown on offense and defense. Big night for him. Greenup County gets a good drive on offense going, but Cam May will pick off Jasper Davis again. This kid was all over the field tonight. Another pick six for May. Musketeers, they don't know what to do right now.
They're struggling.
All season they don't know what to do. But you know what? In this game, they're going to say enough is enough. The next drive for the Musketeers, for Boyd County next drive. Landry Lewis intercepts Jason Manning on a screen pass. He'll take it to the house, but it's not enough. Boyd County will end up winning this game 49-7.
They bounced back after their loss last week. Let's go to Ohio at Panthers Field. The Chesapeake Panthers looking for their first win, taking on South Point in the first half. Pointers head 7-6. KJ McLean gets it to Kayshawn Pope. Pope gets to the 50-yard line for the first down. Pointers keep pushing it. Next play, McLean to Elijah Patterson. And Patterson gets caught in the defense but shows some power. He pushes through for the first down. The Pointers still with possession. They were playing keep away all night in this one. In the Panthers end zone, McLean hands to Robert Napier. He finds the opening, pushes through the defensive line, gets into the end zone. South Point is going to take care of business. They defeat Chesapeake 41-18.
Down to Mercer County, the Winfield Generals traveling to face off against the Princeton Tigers. Tigers get on the board first. Princeton running back Alex Cox dices the Winfield defense.
It looks like we have a little technical difficulties here. We already saw the Riverside.
Oh,
Spring
that's
Valley
Riverside.
highlights.
I was wondering why you were telling me not to say nothing. Let's go to the other game.
The Polka Dots. Your Polka Dots coming off their bye week with the win of taking on Braxton County. Harris Kamari McBride trying to throw a deep pass that's almost intercepted by Brady Toller, but Polka would still capitalize on the drive. McBride on the sneak. Touchdown Polka. They take a 7-0 lead. Second quarter, McBride taking the snap. He fires over the middle to his tight end. He's got an open receiver there. He's trying to make some moves there. He's going to be brought down for a big game for the Dots. Cheerleaders trying to get into it here. The Braxton defense finally turned it around, started making some plays. McBride's going to be sacked by Trevor Edgerton. And then a few plays later, Logan Payne is going to take it in himself. Braxton County spoils Polka's homecoming. They win it 34-14 over the Dots. And some other scores tonight. GW stays undefeated. They take down Parkersburg in a classic 37-30. Wayne goes on the road and shuts out Lincoln County 46-0.
Chapmanville, my Chapmanville
Your
team
squad.
shuts out Tulsa 41-0. Logan gets a close win against Clay County 14-6. Sherman goes on the road and defeats Man 24-14, and Tug Valley shuts down Riverview 48-6.
Here's a couple scores in Kentucky. Ashland shuts out Rowan County 54-0. Lawrence County downs Mason County at home 41-13. And in Ohio, Portsmouth goes on the road, takes care of Fairland 48-26. Then the Beaver Eastern Eagles stifle Sims Valley's offense. They win it 40-6.